What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Man Card Podcast. So excited you're here, and like every week, per usual, we have a quote of the week pre-prepared before we record the show for you viewers out there. So Mitchell, please take it away.
Onomatopoeia. Chance the Rapper.
Hit it. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the show. And this is week split. So we accidentally missed a week because I had to take care of a sick wife. She was not feeling the best.
She got the vid?
No vid. No, she was not flying Delta. So she's all good there. She was just not feeling the best. So I just had to stay home, and I told you to stay away, steer clear, Mitchell.
Yeah, they stayed home. What?
Hey, I'll tell you right now, I put that bed together. It does not squeak. I can assure you.
Oh, it's not the bed that's making that noise.
You think what? Okay, that's a good way to start. Let's just start the show off
go
like
right
that.
ahead.
So what is your? Are you a noise guy?
Hold on. Before we start.
No,
Listen, this relates to what we're talking about.
Apologies to my parents because you listen to this. But.
Speaking of which, my mother texted me on the way here. She found the podcast.
Oh, okay.
And
this
she
is
said,
a great way. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the show.
This is a great one to start with now that she watches.
Okay, so let's just say
I'm not.
When you're doing sports.
Yeah,
when you're playing
baseball, pitching, catching.
When you're playing the course.
Yep.
When you're on the back nine.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Are you a noise guy?
No, I am not.
You're
I don't want to hear anything.
You don't want to hear anything. So you're the muzzle and the church mouse?
I just don't. I don't. I feel like it's weird if I'm too much in my own head when it comes to that. And also, if you don't want it to be, like a really like fast game, like or whatever, you kind of want, to play play through the game and everything.
Sure.
You got to sometimes think of how you're going to do that.
So it's funny. So I was just watching Friends yesterday, as one does.
Yeah.
And the episode came on where Joey was talking about how he wants to like go longer, like take a longer time on the course.
Yeah. And
he was saying he thinks of like random things.
Math
that he doesn't know how to do, or Chandler. And Chandler's like, thank you. Like he just thinks of Chandler when he wants to last longer. And then later in the episode, Phoebe is trying to avoid getting with a guy that she's, massaging. So she's like, Chandler's knees, Chandler's toes, like trying to think. And she's like, wow, it's working.
That's
so
awesome.
What in your mind is your technique to, when you're playing the 9, playing the 18.
Trying to get it to 18.
Trying to get it to 18 instead of just
like
9.
1,
Yeah.
Instead of a hole in one. Math.
Well, yeah. I mean,
100%.
A hole in one I feel like would be just like perfect. So that's never going to happen.
Yeah, I'm more of like a par or bogey,
You play bogey golf?
Bogey. Probably bogey.
Probably bogey.
Double bogey sometimes,
When I saw you at Topgolf, you're definitely playing bogey golf.
Yeah, you know what? That's fine. The power's there.
No, definitely is.
No, math. No, that's actually legit math.
You just think of upsetting derivatives and then...
Oh, I don't go that deep into it. I just start multiplying two-digit numbers together, and then you just got to start sitting there thinking, like 25 times 13. You just sit there, you solve it.
Yep. All right.
And game's not over till you solve it.
Damn.
Once you solve it, you're like, all right.
Okay.
We're at the 18th hole.
Whatever, everybody has their own. So anyway, thanks for tuning in today and bearing with us through that intro because Mitchell is obviously embarrassed, and I'll move on. Today we're talking...
Can we give context why Mitchell's embarrassed? Because his girlfriend may or may not be right there.
Oh, yeah. She's off camera. Hi, Bella. How are you?
Hello.
What if I had accidentally said another name? Like, hi, Rebecca. Oh,
Rebecca. Oh,
shit. Oh, that's the other one. That's the other one.
What's your technique? Sorry.
You thought I was going to get out of this scot free? Let's just say,
because you had to develop a technique within the past few months now.
Yes, correct. And let's just say it's a work in progress.
Those math questions just too easy.
No, listen, man. Getting those integrals going in my mind, just flowing like butter. No, I don't know. I'm just a pro, you know?
I'm not taking that for an answer.
No, it's not. Let's just say when I'm playing the course, I like to make sure that she gets to go first.
She gets to like tee off first.
She gets to tee off first, and she gets to get out there. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Because
I agree, but I've been told otherwise. Like I've been told, what, we don't always want to tee off first, and it's fine. Well, it's fine if you do a hole in one.
I think that's where the original ladies first came from. I think that was the original 50s women all got together and they said, we need to come up with a phrase that is instilled in all men's minds to get them to, let us tee off first. And they said, ladies first. And I think that I'm just making that up, of course. But
I'm all for that.
I think my technique is ladies first.
Well, let's be honest. Well, okay, but here's the thing. You say that your technique is ladies first, but you can't always. Nature doesn't always let ladies go first. Like every single time I go in, I'm like, yeah, ladies first, up until my mind says, fuck no.
Well, that's the thing. You're doing it wrong, because you gotta visit Australia.
Please tell me how.
You know what I mean?
No.
I mean, we get I'm getting a lot of positive vibes from off camera right now.
You gotta visit Australia.
Yeah, you gotta visit Australia. Down under, mate. Come on, do some math, my friend.
I've been trying. It still doesn't work.
You still don't get it right now.
No, I get it. No.
Oh, you get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I get it now.
Okay, good. Yeah. So I visit Australia, and then and then tee off.
I'm always down to visit Australia. Some people just don't want to go with me. So.
Well, okay. Well, if you're both going to Australia, then that's, I don't know.
All right.
I mean,
anyways,
that's some expensive ass flights.
You're right. Especially when they're one way.
All right. Well, let's move on. So this episode is about hypocrisy, and we just unearthed a little natural
the amount
hypocrisy.
of hypocrisy that just went through my head right now.
Right now, yeah, we just got a little taste. So you had mentioned before that you wanted to talk about your car story and the little hypocrisy around your current car versus your previous car, and your friend. Is it your best friend? He was like. Because you always gave him crap.
Oh.
I remember my own stories and your stories.
Appreciate it. Yeah. So, it's just a small, case of hypocrisy. But I used to make fun of one of my friends who has a hatchback. And I used to make fun of him all the time because we'd always compare cars. I'd be like, dude, your car just has a fat ass. Like, you're sitting there tugging around a car that looks like it's got a fat butt. And I'm like, it's the ugliest car you've ever owned. It's the ugliest car you could have picked out. I can't believe you picked it out. Fast forward to when my car craps the bed and I get a new car. Your homie gets a Honda Civic hatchback sport.
Ooh, cashing in for that hatchback. Hatchback for hatchback.
Literally before I signed the papers, I texted him. I was like, I'm a hypocrite. I'm sorry. He's like, hey, what are you a hypocrite about?
I think the first step of being a hypocrite is knowing that you're a hypocrite. Because, and here's a revelation that I actually had recently about hypocrisy, which is you'll call something, like if you're an advocate for something, right? And you get called at being you're being a hypocrite or whatever. It's simply political, right? Like everybody's going to advocate for the thing that they believe in.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
So like I believe in small government, right? But at the same time, I would love it if other people had the same views that I did. And I don't necessarily agree that imposing it through the government is the right way to do it, but it is a little hypocritical for me to have that view. But I'm going to advocate for it regardless, to have more Christianity in the greater scope of government, even though so many people will say that's hypocritical of my own view. But it's simply political. I'm going to advocate for what I believe in.
Of course.
Boom.
Whenever I think of hypocrisy, I think of that song by Mac Miller. I want world peace, but I want to watch World Star. You know, it's like,
well, it's kind of like the I like it when things are calm, but I want to watch the world burn.
Exactly.
Just tear itself apart.
You want it to, burn around you, not.
Well, I think TikTok is a really good example of just the worldly hypocrisy, because like you'll have the good side of TikTok, right? Which is like the tips and tricks and all of the things that you do on there. And then there's the nighttime version of TikTok, which is like, oh man, like, oh, it's just like the hoes come out, the e-boys come out. Like, it's so cringy and like makes me want to put a fire on my phone.
The one thing, okay, so
I also don't have TikTok, so it doesn't matter.
The amount of times that I reference TikTok on this podcast and, like use it as my facts, I always do that all the time. But the second someone opens their mouth and it's like, oh, I heard on TikTok, I'm like, you're irrelevant, like false. It's not true. Bullshit.
You use it all. There's another,
and I do it all the time. That's hypocrisy. Yeah, you're absolutely right. My TikTok all has the correct stuff on it though.
Well, what is your if you swipe for your is it For You page? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so.
What's your FYP made up of?
Cryptocurrency.
Is it really?
And investing and basketball.
It's just Elon Musk followed up by some random dude pushing a crypto, followed by
NFTs. Yep.
Followed by what's his name, buying cheap things at a garage sale and then flipping them.
Bella and I laid down at night and we're like, okay, let's watch TikTok, and we'll like watch on one phone. And the second I pull out my phone, she's like, no, you're boring. Yours is boring.
So I'm surprised you don't have any because on YouTube they have the YouTube Shorts now.
Yeah.
Which is basically like TikTok but like the cringy version. Mm-hmm. The only non-cringy version that I've been able to find is like a bunch of like really good like weightlifting guys that are putting out some great content. Like, do you know Daddy Noel?
Oh, Daddy Noel.
Daddy, dude, he's great, dude.
He's huge.
He's steroids, but like, but I love his content.
Accent.
And the little background music.
You're doing so
Today,
good.
I'm going to talk to you about how to make the best fucking sandwich.
That was so bad. Right, but no, that's like the right accent. It's just a little bit deeper, like a Sasquatch. Like,
I'm gonna. Hey, what's up? Don't mess with the sandwich, yo. Yeah,
exactly.
It's close. Like it's pretty bad. But hey, check him out. He's funny. But he puts out a lot of good. But that's the side of TikTok that like bleeds over to YouTube that I find is like actually insightful, because I've actually ripped. I did a shoulder workout today that was ripped from one of these guys. Not him. He's like a monster.
Yeah.
But like a normal person shoulder workout. And I left and I walked into to get my haircut today from Braden. What's up, Braden? Thank you for giving me my book back, Calvin Hobbes. Lent it to her. She didn't read it. Anyway, I walked in and she was like, "Oh man, like you're looking broad. Like you've been working out." And I was like,
"Oh whoa, I got a wife."
Yes, please. I thank you for the compliments. Absolutely. But I'm married.
I was about to say, you were like a bridesmaid.
No, she's actually blown off a couple opportunities to do double date with her and her current boyfriend.
Why?
One reason I think she got COVID. She got COVID twice. Talk about a hypocrite.
She survived both times?
Luckily. I think she lost a couple brain cells. But the bad kind. So she like cleansed a little bit.
Oh, so she's like better off.
It's like fever. It's like burning off excess.
Yeah. No, that's what I heard. It's like a diet kind of thing. You burn off calories.
Well, it's funny. She was talking about how her boyfriend is vaccinated and she isn't. Sorry, totally just disclosed the crap out of you. Sorry, not sorry. Anyway, but she got COVID twice. So she got it for the second time and it was way worse than the first time. But she was like apparently with her boyfriend. And like they were doing the, what boyfriend and girlfriend do, like the little smackadoo, and he didn't get it. So hey, listen, that's once again anecdotal, but I don't know anything about.
Trump just advocated for the vaccine.
Did he really?
Yeah, he said, I support the vaccine. I think everybody should get it. And then people started booing at his rally.
That's right.
And then he was like, but no, you got free will. You do whatever you want. But I was like, that's...
Is that your ring?
Yeah, I'm messing with it. Anyway, let's just leave it there.
Let's just say it was off camera, so you don't know which ring that was. But so he advocated for it. Well, I mean, I can't imagine why he wouldn't want to advocate for it, because he basically pushed it out. His daughter got it. Ivanka
got the vaccine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like months and months ago.
I mean, do they not all have the vaccine?
I'm surprised. I would be surprised if they didn't. I mean, he's ancient, right?
I'd be very surprised.
He's old and eats like KFC every day. So yeah, I would imagine.
Trump?
Yeah. I'd imagine he would want to get the vaccine. That's like health. Like that's checking the boxes right there for people who would want to get the vaccine.
Yeah, I just haven't heard good things nor bad things. I mean, I've heard a lot of bad things. I've heard a lot of good things. I just don't know what to believe. So
I don't know what to believe.
we're just not doing it.
But for Ellie and I, it's very clear for us that they're still not sure about fertility things. Mm-hmm. So we're just steering clear. Yeah. And they're like, it doesn't have any effects. Look at all these kids. And I'm like, yeah, those kids are definitely trying to get pregnant.
Did you see it just got FDA approved as well?
Did it? Which one?
Pfizer.
Pfizer?
Yeah.
Okay.
As of what, Monday, I think?
Really? So that's crazy.
It's like Monday or last week.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah.
Good to know. Good to know.
That makes a lot of people want to go get it, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I think
there are people that were on like the fence, like as soon as if it gets FDA approved, I'll go get it. Me, I'm just no.
My dad told me, well, because he got a really bad case last year when he first got it, and he still checks like periodically for the antibodies. He still has them.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Yeah, definitely. Oh,
no, we're good.
No, we're good. Thank goodness. But he still checks periodically, and he still has them. But he tells me, he's like, what you need to do if somebody comes to you and says like, hey, you need to get the vaccine, dude. What are you doing? He says you need to go, oh yeah, I'm waiting for the boosters. and then they'll just be like, oh, what? There's boosters? Where do I get them? It'll just like short circuit. But apparently there are boosters coming out.
Yeah, so you're supposed to. I think that they said something along the lines. You're supposed to get like a shot like once a year now. For
really?
This. Yes.
It's just going to turn into something like that. I mean, it already was kind of like the flu, but it's just going to turn into like you get the vaccine every year for the flu. So
yeah, or just until they flip the switch and
is the flu okay? Zombies. Listen, all right. This is going to show my ignorance. Is the flu shot a vaccine? Right, it is. Yeah. Right, okay. But we don't call it the flu vaccine.
Yeah,
we call it the flu shot. So for so long, I was just thinking like, oh, this is just like, medicine or whatever. Uh-huh. I mean, it is medicine, but I just didn't equate it to be like, vaccine, like,
Well, everyone says that COVID is just the flu. That
went awry.
I mean, it's just a severe. People die from the flu all the time. Just as many people that have died from COVID.
I actually did the math a little while ago because I was
doing math. Not today. I'm just kidding.
Listen, when I was playing the course, I was doing some math. So I was actually looking into, because there's the Spanish flu, right? What was it, like the 20s, the 1920s, and it was pretty bad, right? It killed a bunch of people, and so I was doing some math, like obviously ratioed for like how many fewer billions of people there were on the planet, which I think there were like only like almost 2 billion people on the planet. Did you know that? There's only
right now?
No. Back in the 20s.
What is it now?
Like almost 8 billion.
Okay.
So we be some bunnies, I'll tell you that. They be playing the course. So I did some math, and only 0.0. So of the total population that was wiped with the Spanish flu, it was about almost 6% of global population died.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. To put in perspective, ratioed out, I'm pretty sure I could have done my math wrong because I'm not a smart person, but it was only for COVID, it's only been like 0.04% of global population, which I'm not saying, look, any death is bad death. I'm not saying it's good, but I'm just saying like put it in holistic perspective. It definitely helps like, oh, okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was.
Well, I mean, also my whole dilemma with getting the vaccine is I already have like a 99% chance of surviving regardless. So what am I getting the vaccine for? Because you can still spread it if you have the vaccine. You can still carry it and you can still give it to people. So
you can still get it, yeah.
What's the point of me taking the vaccine? What's the point of me putting a chemical in my body that just got FDA approved that we still truly don't know anything about?
So I heard a joke. This is a joke. So I heard a joke today, just swiping through YouTube Shorts, and it was this girl sitting in her car by herself, and she went, question to all the people who wear masks by themselves in their car. Do you just wear a condom all the time just in case? Like, and it just cuts. Like I was like, okay.
Not a bad point.
Not a bad point.
No.
But I'm like, it's the same thing. Like,
because you just never know.
Actually, the car is your mask, right? I mean, are we just gonna glaze over the fact that like you're in a bubble, a literal glass and metal bubble from the world?
That's probably way more protective than a mask.
You know what? You know what they're not doing? They're not putting that air on recirculate. They're nervy.
They're letting it come in.
It's coming in. So they gotta. That's okay.
Idiots.
All right, we'll move on. So we talked a little pop culture hypocrisy, even with ourselves. We'll admit it. That's fine. So you want to move on to? I wrote down rap. This is
this is your reference.
This is my reference. So
before we can cut this part out. Is that thing still going? Because it looks like we're more than.
No.
Oh, we got time. All right. Never mind. Sorry.
No, we'll leave it in.
Right.
Hey, always good to check on timing.
Right,
okay,
right.
Always good. This is probably Ellie about to walk in. But rap, I find the current movement. Okay, let's just say in the greater political, pop culture, social movement that is happening, I find it highly hypocritical to have women's rights and like all this stuff. Which, hey, great, more power to you. Other side of it is those same girls who are going like, yes.
And guys.
Because
the guys are supporting it too.
Right. Anyway, stick it to the man. Like all this stuff, like break the patriarchy. And then they just turn right around and listen to mumble rap about like raping girls and killing people. I'm like, wait, hold on. Wait a second. That doesn't add up for me. I mean, listen, I don't know what your equation is, but I need more information.
No,
because
I agree.
That seems just kind of strange, right?
It does. It seems very strange. It's the whole, like you said, the whole women's right. I support everything, and then like the next song is like I was just fucking. I was having a 10-some, and it's like it's exact. Okay, so going back to the Macklemore song, it was I want to be a feminist. But I can't. But I want to watch porn.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing though, is now there's so here's a huge pop culture hypocrisy thing. Look, we're staying up with the trends, people. Look at us go. So on Monday, so we're recording this on Thursday. On Monday, I think it was OnlyFans came out and said, and if you don't know, OnlyFans is basically a porn for hire, like. App, website, service.
It's not the worst business idea.
No,
I've thought about throwing my feet pics on there.
Well, we had a OnlyFans empire. Look back at it. Anyway, they came out and they said, yep, we're going to scrub the site of all explicit content and all pornography. And everybody was like, all the Christians were like, yes, that's a win. Like, we did it. We made it. Now it's Thursday. So literally this morning, the CEO came out and he was like, yeah, about that, we're not going to do that. So in my mind,
because that's like 96% of their.
No, 100%. It's 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, the one guy who's on there streaming himself eating Cheetos. Okay, good for you.
One guy on there that actually has a cooking course is like, yeah, pay to watch me cook.
Right? Exactly. And he's naked too. Yeah, he's cooking sausages. So he was like, yeah, we're not going to do that. So in my mind, that was the most genius PR stunt you could have done. Like, blame it. Like, what they did is they came out and said, hey, look at all these like credit card companies pressuring us to take this stuff off, or else they're not going to support us and do business with us. And he was like, oh, hands are tied. We're going to take it off. And then 4 days later, he was like, oh, just kidding. We're standing up for you and your rights as an individual to just
post whatever you want to post.
Whatever you want. And they're like, okay, I guess we're just gonna stick with that. So talk about a flip flop. I think it was just a big PR stunt from the beginning. I don't even think they had any intention to do it on Monday.
You think it's just for publicity?
No, 100%. Here's my question though: is I would want to peek into their finances, and I want to know if
is that what you want to peek into? Really? Is that really what you?
Hey, whoa. Don't arrest me, okay? No, I want to look and see what their like corporate shareholder returns are, because like if it was trending down and the CEO was like, you know what, I got something in the back pocket.
But here's the thing, that it trends down and then you're threatening to throw away 90% of the business.
But that's
how does that not?
It's shock value.
You're right.
It's not for the actuality of it.
Exact opposite what you think it would do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what we live in. We live in a clickbait, content-centered culture. So, like, what's gonna hit? Like, OnlyFans doubles down and supports you to
they make a YouTube video and it gets a trillion views, and then they get paid on it. So.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like they're not gonna post something that's in the norm. Yeah. They're gonna post something that goes counterculture and says, "Oh no, we're not gonna support that." And then it's like, "Oh, 100% support 4 days later," because now here's my thing. In the past 4 days, I bet you there were a ton of guys that were fence sitters that were like, I'm not going to pay for that. And then they heard it was going away and they were like, take my money. Take my money. Yeah. So I bet you they had a huge uptick in the past 4 days.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. This is me, just Noah thoughts. Yeah. Driving home
Noah's
in the car.
There in the middle. Ellie's like, well, are you not tired? Why didn't you come to sleep? Oh, I'm just thinking.
The bubble above my head is just like OnlyFans financials.
What are you thinking about? You can't tell her.
Yeah, I'm like, babe, I'm thinking about, you know what? Never mind. I'm thinking about doing drugs. It's like, what's the next best thing? It's like, what's the TikTok trend? Is that the TikTok trend where it's like your mom's like knocking on the door and like you're watching porn and then like, and you're like, what are you doing? You're like, drugs. Like, whatever.
Anything's better.
Anything is better than that. So yeah, no, for sure. So, okay. So, we have to, this is obligatory in the last 2 minutes, just briefly touch on sports because, you know, we got the second half for some juicy stuff too. But LeBron James, in my mind, is one of the biggest hypocrites on the planet.
Everyone who knows me knows I'm a huge LeBron James fan. And I thought, still think, I'm not taking away from his basketball skills by any means. I still think he's the greatest player of all time. But like as a person now, yeah, of course it is. Yeah, of course it is. But as a person now, my like views is just, like, the thing that bothers me the most is when he plays the victim and like says about all these like different like privileges and then goes and posts a video of him getting a police escort to a Justin Timberlake concert.
Yeah, I think that really just speaks to the greater like cultural movement of like, rules for thee but not for me kind of thing.
I mean, there are definitely there's just privileges for for rich people. I mean, you think just that for like that one specifically, the one that I'm thinking of specifically, it was the whole college scandal or what's her name? Yeah. Full House. And she was just getting house arrest. And he was like, if that was anybody else, you throw him in jail. And then you turn around and it's like, LeBron, if you did that, they would make a prison for you with a basketball court and video games, whatever you wanted.
Oh, hold on. They already have basketball courts in prison, okay?
So like,
it's courtyard ball.
It's one of those things that like I can see where you can advocate for things like that, but if you're going to sit there and play the victim when you are definitely not, it's
here's the big picture. We have too much damn free time as a culture.
Yeah.
When you as a culture are wasting, and I say wasting like conservatively, I think it's way worse than that. But when you're wasting all of your time advocating for things that ultimately do not matter, like you have there's too much time. There's too much time going on. So like, I mean, you name it. Everybody's like, I think Instagram just came out with a new feature to like put your pronouns in
they do
the bio. Yeah. And I'm like, like that's just such a waste of time. They could be inventing the next whatever. Anyway, we're going to send you to the halftime show because I'm obviously getting upset. So we'll see you on the other side, hopefully when I am a little bit more calmed down. So we'll see you. All right, what's up, everybody, and welcome to your Man Card Podcast halftime episode. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands, but come to YouTube because it's a thing. Wicka. Yeah, we're DJs over here. So the topic for this halftime episode is going to be your favorite pen.
My favorite pen,
like a writing utensil. Do you have a favorite writing utensil? First of all, I didn't even ask.
I like the whole ink and feather. That's what I like.
You like the dip and
and
yeah. The Thomas, you're throwing back all the way to TJ.
Yeah,
good old
TJ.
Much.
No, I have a nice little Facebook pen that I use. and that's all I use.
So you're indiscriminate. You just
Yeah, I
like
don't
whatever
care.
you have access to. That's
Whatever
your pen.
writes nicely and doesn't, whatever. You know where I like to.
Whatever.
You know what my favorite website to get pens? Penisland.com.
Pen is it actually?
Penisland.com. Yeah, it's great. You should check it out.
Oh no, it's
You
fake.
should check it out.
It's fake, isn't it?
Check it out, Belle.
Don't go there. I feel like this is a trap.
It's not.
It's a trap.
No,
It's a
you
trap.
just go Pen Island.
No.
No.
Don't go. This has got to be a trap.
It's just
This
you
is
go
one of
buy a
those.
pen.
This is one of those sneaky URLs. That's like you. It's like, oh hey, go to like bagfun.com and it's like horrible photos. Did you ever have that in middle school?
Here, just real quick on that piece of paper, write down penisland.com.
PEN
Uh-huh.
island.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll wait for it to click.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a
Sorry.
retard. That's 100% confirmed. Got it. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry. That's I literally heard that in elementary school.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Here's my thing. Let me.
She still doesn't get it. She still doesn't get it. Hey, Bella, do me a favor. There.
All right. Let me
All right.
defend myself for a second. Okay. I was born and raised like under a rock. Okay. Yes, she went there.
Why would you?
Don't go to this website, people. I'm not advocating nor endorsing this. What website you need to be going to is mancardpodcast.com. Okay, mancardpodcast.com. It's not a fake URL, and you can get some hella cool merch. But my favorite pin, to just circle back, because I actually
That's the best
I was
segue of all
interested.
time. Yeah.
Penis. I'm hurt. I'm genuinely hurt. My two favorite pens that I actually use is one, I love writing with a Sharpie because it thicks up my handwriting and makes it actually like flow together. Or the Bic, it's not Bic. What am I doing? The Pilot G2, the G2 Pilot like
The one that
gel
sounds like
pens.
an airplane, like a G, like by my
Like a
G6.
G2. Yeah, that's not a song, but like,
Yeah.
like a G6. Classic. Anyway, throwing it back. Horrible middle episode. We'll just throw you back to the main episode. Get out of here. Just stop listening. Go away.
Buy the merch.
Buy the merch. See ya.
Bringing it back right to the main episode. We're talking about hypocrisy.
You just sounded like a man. That was very hypocritical to your normal voice. You sound most of the
Now
time
I'm fucking sick of this
like
shit.
a
I'm
woman.
done. All I do is get picked on today. All right. Anyway.
Hey, listen. You can get picked on for everything other than your body because your bod's smoking
there it
hot.
is. All right, there it is.
This is Penis Island right here.
You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
Beg to differ.
All right. Well, there's our quote.
Ellie definitely pops in every once in a while and like pops a solid boogie
Yep. So
out
does
of
Bella.
my nose.
Yep. So does Bella.
And then has the audacity to turn around to me when I want to pop that little back pimple and say, "Oh no, you do not touch."
I
Yeah,
find
she's
funny-
over there laughing to herself in the corner. She knows it's true.
Oh, she does. Well, Bella likes to pick at my back, and her favorite thing to do is like first when she's squeezing the crap out of my back, and I'm like squealing. She likes to go, "Ew, gross."
Well, it's the gym pimps, man.
No,
when you're sweating, working out, it's the evidence that you're getting gains.
Or when she picks your nose for you and then wipes it on you, it's like, you know what?
Yeah, can confirm. That happens. When
Fact
you get
check
married,
right there.
it doesn't change. So if it happens when you're dating, I promise you it will not stop.
Honestly, what changes when you get married? I want to know. Like, tell us some. Hey, we can lead this to hypocrisy in a way.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Well, here's a big piece of hypocrisy that I actually ran into the other day when we were at like a friend's like daughter's birthday party. So this girl's brother, super nice family, by the way. Just want to put that out there. But just his brother is living. Her brother is living with his girlfriend. Right? So they're moved in together fully and they have a kid. Just a different worldview, right?
Yeah.
So like with my kids in the future, I'm never going to advocate or like just be like, oh yeah, like you can totally go like move in with your boyfriend,
girlfriend.
Like that's totally fine to do. Because Ellie and I almost fell into that trap. Like we almost became hypocrites ourselves.
Yeah.
Because last year we were looking for apartments to move in together when we got engaged.
So is the strict
floor
baseline is marriage, and that's when you can move in.
Well, it's
like after the wedding.
So here's the simple way to think about it. There's an order of operations in math. There's a divinely ordained order of operations for life, right? If that makes sense. So there's just a way you should do life, right? I mean, from the Christian worldview, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So you have, like, you get raised by your parents. Hopefully they instill in you good values. So that's step one. Step two is you grow up, successfully leave that nest, right? And embark into the world on your own with those satchel of good values. Mm-hmm. Step two. Step three is you find somebody of equal or greater values than your own to complement and meet you in the middle. Step three. Step four. Did I just repeat step three? Yeah, you did. Step four. So step five now is you then date, court, get married, and then after you get married, you get access to that treasure trove of all of the things: living together, having kids, getting to have sex. Obviously, that gets jumbled up in today's culture.
I think, personally, engagement.
Where's your head's at, man?
Engagement is where I would be open to moving in.
So let me say it this way. Moving in together, so you're living at home. I'm just going to bring it up as many times as I can.
Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, no, thanks.
You went from dorm to back with your parents.
Yeah, honestly, I graduated and I took like 5 steps back. It's like, honestly, this is my life. It goes up, 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 and then
well, here's the difference between you and me is actually, here's the similarity.
I didn't mean that, babe. Anyway.
Yeah, well, obviously we're talking about you, Bella. But here's the similarity between you and me, which is I did the same thing, except I came out worser for
Worser? Yeah, great.
I came out less good than you did because you moved back home with a purpose, right? Because you already had a job lined up. I moved back home with no purpose. I had no job. And for a whole summer, the summer after I graduated, I was like lost, right? I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was trying to do. I didn't have a job lined up. I didn't know like what I wasn't working. I was just sitting there. I played video games a lot. I got really good at it, by the way. I should have streamed.
You'd be entertaining to watch.
Well, okay. So on my Twitch profile, my bio says either abysmal or average content creator. I'm sorry, average gamer with above average commentary. So that was what I promised to the 4 people who watched me. Apologies to those 4 people because I do not stream anymore because I now have a wife, and that rhymes with life. So, hey, get one.
She just looked at you big time.
Yeah, so she suckled me away from the teat that is video games. Thankfully, she pulled me away from that. Although every once in a while, okay, so I had this idea the other day. We need to get the guys together because you played all the old zombies games, right?
Like
Call of Duty Zombies? Yeah.
Of course.
We need to get the guys back together, smoke some stogies, and throw back to the
you
old...
You have a different word for cigars every time I come over here.
Dude, so we...
It's stogies. Well, some brewskis.
That's beer.
You know what? Honestly,
now
you're dropping.
So the other day, and this is a funny hypocrisy thing. I'm a pretty big Christian, but of course, every once in a while, I will cuss. So I apologize, and of course, I preemptively apologize to my wife, who constantly gets on to me. Yes, I know. Okay, it's bad. Anyway, so there was so Bros and Brews, right? It's like a church group that we get together, smoke some cigars, drink some beers, have good conversation. Once a month, we dive into a biblical topic. Anyway, I was talking to one of the guys who founded it, and he's pretty fun. He's a couple friend. What's up, Caden? And I was like, we need to do, before I knew that they smoked cigars at Bros and Brews, I was like, we need to do like a cigar night, a cigar group for the guys. And he was like, oh yeah, we kind of smoke cigars there too. And I was like, oh yeah, but what would it be called? And I was like we were trying to think of names for what this like guy's cigar night would be called. Uh-huh. And I was like, and we sat there for a second in silence, and I just went, Sticks and Dicks? And he was like, yes, but keep your voice down. We're in church.
That's awesome.
So yes,
Sticks and dicks.
Yes, that is how you almost get in trouble by the head pastor walking by.
You know what would have been hilarious if you told me that that's what it was called, and I showed up and like, I'm here for sticks and dicks.
That's another group from in another place.
Hey, look that up real quick. See that Facebook group.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. You out there, do not do that. But yes, so I like to take life a little less seriously. So yes, I'm a big hypocrite for it. Sue me. I like to think God has a good sense of humor.
Well, let's just hop right into.
Oh yes, the second half. So
yeah, exactly.
You want to
church and hypocrisy.
Yeah, I think the church world is in and of itself pretty solidly hypocritical.
The place that you worship the most, like one that doesn't judge you, has the most judgmental people.
Here's a good question. Did you?
Yes, absolutely.
Ever try to make out with somebody in church?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Is that actually your question?
Yeah, that was 100% going to be my question.
Maybe.
No,
yeah.
100%.
Yeah, of course.
Like church retreats.
Yeah. Well,
Bella is casting a furious
You won't even make
gaze.
out with me at church.
Bella's over there she's not even mad. She's just jealous. She's just like, I want you to make out with me when we're praising the Lord. God gave us this. I want some of it.
All right,
in
now
church.
bow your heads and we pray. And then you just hear.
It's like, what is that? No. Oh my gosh. You're sinning too. You're opening your eyes during prayer. At least we have our eyes closed in reverence.
Oh boy.
Yes. I think every young man has thought about using prayer as a way to like hold a girl's hand. You've done that 100%. You had to have done that.
Yeah.
Like all right, bow your heads and pray. You operate on the premise that I'm gonna sit down next to the person who I want to hold the hand with.
Why don't you just ask Bella what we did on like our second date? We went to her for Easter to her church.
Oh
and
yeah.
They said, "All right, pray," and I was like,
Gotta warm those puppies up before you reach over, dude. That's the worst.
I felt her jump the second I did that.
When you're holding like a cold glass or something, and then you go to like shake somebody's hand or like do something, like touch somebody in some way. Get out of here with that. It's like, talk about the shivvies from another dimension.
Yeah.
That's like, it's like you touch them and they're like, they recoil. Like,
Yeah.
Like never want to see you again kind of touch. But yes, 100% guilty and guilty.
Same. Double guilty.
Double guilty. I think every young man uses that as an excuse. And no shame. I think youth church is almost an excuse in and of itself to like bring girls and guys together in like the right scenario, right? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you just can't win because you're just playing with hormones.
I think one of the biggest things. So I grew up Catholic, and of course I had the whole Catholic class.
Gosh, your
every
mom
Wednesday.
I am so sorry.
Don't know. My mom take offense to that real quick.
Okay. Sorry, whoever grew up. Never mind.
We took the class every single Wednesday, and I remember one specific class because it pissed me off sitting in this class. Is they had a whole lecture about how if you don't know it's a sin, it's technically not a sin in a way. Like listen. Like when you're little,
if you don't know touching little boys is a sin, then it's really not.
But what they were teaching us was like, honestly, if you don't know it's a sin, if you don't know that like cursing is like a sin or something like that's when you're little, you don't know that taking something from somebody is a sin per se. So like you're technically automatically forgiven for that because you did not know that it was wrong. But okay, so this is what they were telling us. They were telling us if you don't know it's a sin, you're free. It's good. It's all cleared and everything. So for like this lecture, we're gonna tell you all the things you probably didn't know were a sin that are a sin. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, why would you tell me if I don't know? Why would you tell me?
Ignorance is bliss. Put me back in the Matrix.
And the first thing they said,
masturbation?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's the first thing that they brought up.
I am on fire. I would win Catholic school.
That's the first thing they said, and that pissed me off the rest of the day. Like, that pissed me off the rest of the night. I was like, literally, if you didn't tell me this, I would have been fine.
They open with the one thing, and you're like, I'm screwed.
Honestly,
I'm going to hell.
I'm sitting here, freshman in high school. I'm like, you know what? Or, yeah, freshman, whenever. I was just like, I looked at it, and I was like, honestly, fuck you.
And they're like, no, son, fuck you.
And no, don't fuck yourself either.
No, that's the Pope's job.
Oh man.
But no, okay, that's actually really funny because I did not go or was raised or was privy to the world that is the Catholic, traditional faith. And man, only the remnants that I get from other people is like, man, that was tough.
Yeah, no, it was tough. You have a large group of people that were forced to go to Catholic school, forced to go to the Catholic church, forced to go to mass.
I would hope so.
And the second we get confirmed, which is like the last step of the classes, then you don't have to take it anymore. How many leave the Catholic church and go to do a different church?
Okay, so here's what always confused me. So I went to Roswell High School, right? And right next to Roswell High School is a Catholic school, and it's I can't remember what it's called. I can never
Saint something.
Yeah, Saint.
It always is.
Yeah, but it's this Catholic school. It's right next to us, and I don't know what it was, but that school always produced the. No, okay. Look. This is a word. Don't take offense to it. The sluttiest girls. I don't know what it was. Okay, let's. Sorry, I'll tone it down. Some of the most promiscuous girls.
That's a good. That's better.
And I was like, gosh dang. Like, what are they putting in the water over there? Maybe it's the skirts. Maybe it's the short skirts.
It just goes.
Maybe it's the dress code cut too high up from the knee, and the boys see their shoulders, and they get
the shoulders. Oh man,
I don't know what it is.
Did they have that at your school too? That girls couldn't have any type of shirt that showed their shoulders?
Yeah. Okay. So
it's like as if that was going to be like, whoa.
Okay.
For every guy.
So I used to wear shorts that were below my knees. I don't know why I had this like phobia.
It was a phase.
It was just like a thing. I didn't want my shorts above my above my knees. Yeah. And in high school, I think it was like between freshman and sophomore year or somewhere in that mixture, I discovered short shorts, right? And I pissed off so many girls in the just my class.
Yeah, how come he can wear that with his
how come
balls
he
hanging
can
out?
Like his nuts are on the chair.
Like we could touch them.
Yeah, I mean I won't because I've thrown this pin, dude, everywhere. I think I just had a little aneurysm. But his nuts are everywhere, and I get dress cut because my shoulders are showing. Now, granted, the lines of a woman.
Chef's kiss.
I mean, thank you, Lord.
That's one of those phrases. I took that from her. The chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
There we go.
Well, it's Italian, right? Yeah. So kiss the chef. That's the. So is your family loud? I'm talking to Bella, by the way.
My immediate family,
No. Okay. So that's one of the stereotypes for me that has stuck out so hard about Italians is they're just like. Just like whenever I go to Buca di Beppo, that's my image.
What the fuck? What?
You know what I'm talking about.
What the?
Buca di Beppo.
Sure.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite restaurants because it's totally real Italian. But every time I go, everybody in there is like yapping up a storm. Like it's so loud. Like I can hardly hear myself think. The kitchen is like singing and dancing and they're doing all this stuff. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess this is what Italian people are to me today. They're just
loud.
And I dated a couple of different Italian like lineaged girls, and they were like their families were loud as crap. So I only had like confirmation to what my bias already was, and I was like, man, Italians are screwed now for me. Like y'all are all loud.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
You got lucky then. You got some of the more like.
The entire rest of my family.
Oh, okay, so I'm absolutely right. You know what? I'm not even going to feel bad about it. You Italians, you're loud as fuck.
Loud as fuck. Y'all need to shut your damn mouth.
See, I was about to be a hypocrite, but no, I'm going to stick to my guns. So yes, I don't even know what we were talking about.
I don't either.
Dude, I'm just having fun, honestly. Just laugh.
I got the nice mixture. Bella's dad is extremely quiet. And then her mom
father
isn't.
figure, Italian, is quiet?
Her father's not Italian.
Okay. Yeah. There's the rub.
Father's not Italian.
Leaving out details on us.
Mother is Italian.
Okay.
Mother, though, isn't loud. She is a storyteller. She likes to, yeah.
You get some of these in there. Throw some of these. Get a couple glasses of wine. Some of these. Mm-hmm. That story is perfect.
Yeah, and so they even each other out. It's like, yin and yang, and then I got the middle where she can talk a lot, but then there's also times she's really quiet, like when she's hangry in the car on the way to a Mexican restaurant that doesn't exist.
So quiet is danger.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, okay, there we go. Well, thank you for imparting a little bit of insight into your Italian lineage. We will now move on to the last topic of the day, which is some hot water bitches. I don't know if Ellie's even listening to this anymore. She walked away. She was hungry when she walked in.
Honestly, it's more of a question. Like, why do women?
Why? Okay. I love me a nice shower. I'm not a long shower kind of guy.
I can be a long shower guy.
I like a nice, good temperatured shower where I can scrub down, get clean, get out. Efficiency is king, right? There's a function to this job here. Why do girls seek to burn their flesh off of their body?
Because it reminds them of the place they came from. Hell. I'm just kidding. It's a joke.
I thought the lowest dimension of hell was frozen over.
They're right there, scraping the surface.
They're on the other side of the ice. In the most loving way possible.
Can I say something that's completely off topic 100%, and then we come right back to this real quick?
I doubt we'll come back, but I think you should.
Have you seen the new Spider-Man trailer?
Yes.
Okay, there's a conspiracy theory.
Mephisto.
Mephisto.
Yeah.
Why hell is frozen over and why he walked in.
That's where that reference came from.
Okay. Anyway, we can come back now. Now we're good.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, you women in your hot ass showers.
Here's it's not necessarily a problem. It's just a little confusion because girls, women of all ages, let's not discriminate, are very temperature sensitive creatures in this world. And let's just default blank in that. We're a big blanket culture over here with Man Card Podcast. We don't seek to offend, but if we do, screw you. You tuned in. You can tune out.
That's so true.
They're very temperature sensitive creatures, which is fine. Nope, no shame. Hot 1 second, cold the next. You can have a leg in and a leg out of the covers, but somehow you still find a way to have your body temperature at lava. And I don't understand.
We don't get it.
It's just hypocritical. And here's the rub is you then go from it's too hot, it's too cold, but then your default is always scalding hot water. Mm-hmm. What sense does that make? If you get into a shower, and as a lady, I can only assume the hot flashes come, the cold flashes come, you wouldn't want to maybe derivate just a little bit from the hot, scalding, hellish water to maybe like just a little dip in the ice bath. Just to mix it up a little bit.
They would. Yeah, you're right. When they take a shower, they would always go blazing hot, but they would never go on the cold side.
It would never happen.
It's always.
Have you ever taken a cold shower?
Yes.
It is
multiple times.
One of the hardest things you'll ever do in life.
It really is. You're like.
It's like you can rep like your max squat or go through life and have some of the hardest conversations you'll have. Try to meet the president or think of something that's difficult. Nothing beats going
ice cold shower.
Going into an ice cold shower.
Yeah. And not easing your way in, like going in.
No, just jumping in.
Yep.
But here's the problem though is when you're in a cold shower, unlike being in a freezing cold pool, your body isn't completely covered with the cold water. Mm-hmm. So your body's almost like, it's like getting gasps of normal temperature air, and the water's like no, and it's like fighting with you the whole time. So you're like, please be warm. Oh, it's no cold.
Yeah.
Whereas a pool, you can just jump in and just be engulfed and kind of just own it, if that makes sense.
No, that makes complete sense. When you get out of a really cold shower, it feels amazing.
No, it feels great.
And you're like, I did it all last summer. I would wake up in the morning and I would do a cold shower for just to wake myself up before going to the gym. For literally, I would count to 30. No, I'm not kidding. Sometimes faster than.
I'm picturing you in the shower going
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep.
No. You're
yes,
blazing.
And you're not bleeding. You're breathing ridiculously hard. You like
your eyes just start bleeding. 7, 8.
Yep. I would do that. I would literally put my head down. I would just like literally flex up every single muscle that I could possibly, and just sit there and just breathe and just count to 30, and then I'd get out and I'd be wide awake.
That's crazy.
Go work out and be good.
The closest thing I've ever done to like cold showers, which I don't really like showers in the first place. I shower every day. Okay, I'm not a stinky boy. But I just don't like the idea of being wet. So one thing that I did do that was close to that was it's a thing called Contra. Have you ever done that?
No, I haven't heard of it.
So I learned about this being on the cheer team, and it's Contra is basically like you go from a cold tub.
Oh yeah, I know exactly.
It's salinated too, so it's below freezing, right? So you're getting in this like 28-degree pool, and then you stay in there for 7 minutes, and then you move from that to a hot tub, pretty much, and you stay in that for 7 minutes, and then
getting in that cold again.
The transition from the hot tub to then back to the cold tub
probably wants to kill you.
Oh, that's difficult. Yeah. That's difficult. But I'll tell you right now, for all the ladies out there, I want you to try this as we close this episode. I have never felt my core temperature engaged to the world for what like my perception of temperature is reset more when I did that. So like if you're having trouble with like hot flashes, cold flashes, go to an extreme and come out of it, and I think you'll have a better perspective of like hot cold. Try it out. I want to send in some mail and how wrong I am.
Don't send
please.
pictures.
Don't send pictures, please. Don't go to penisland.com, please. Go to mancardpodcast.com. Hit us up, mancardpod@gmail.com. And we want to hear from you. Instagram, Facebook, hit us up. We love you people out there. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.